Hi and welcome. I'm Alison. I'm a consulting astrologer based in Glasgow in Scotland, and welcome. I want to tell you a wee bit about my journey into astrology. It's something I've been really passionate about for the last 20 years or so. What first got me into astrology was actually my mum, because she started going to classes and I was really intrigued to know a bit more about what she was doing. So I actually went to see the astrologer that she was having classes from, and I was just blown away about the things that the astrologer was able to tell me. Somebody who didn't know anything about me could tell me so much about my life and some aspects about my early life as well that I didn't really expect. And so that started my interest, and I began to go to a really fantastic local astrology group that really got me involved in the whole astrology world. And I managed to encourage one of the ladies there at the class to start some classes, which we did. And that was about 15, 16 years ago. And since then, I've gone on to study with the Faculty of Astrological Studies, and I've gained my certificate, and I'm working towards my diploma at the moment. But I see clients from all sorts of different walks of life and different backgrounds, different age groups. And most people come because there's something kind of going on in their life, some kind of turning point. I know for myself, astrology enabled me to really understand some of the things that I found quite difficult about myself, or the things that frustrated me about who I was. But astrology helped me to understand that these are just facets of who I am. And I was able to embrace lots of those parts. So the bits that used to niggle me began to realize that's just who I am by nature. And either I could spend my whole lifetime rejecting those bits, or I could actually work with them. And so that's really what brings me to my client work with people that I see. Some of them come at pivotal points around maybe a significant birthday, or they've maybe got questions around things to do like their career, their family, relationships. There's often some kind of big thing that's going on, and they come to astrology looking for some direction and some help. And often I think what they go away with it is an assurance that they've not gone crazy, that actually some of the things that are going on we can actually see in the chart. So that's quite fascinating. And how we do that is, the first thing I collate from somebody is their date and their time of birth and their place of birth. And that enables me to run up a chart. Astrologers of old used to do it all by hand, which was quite a laborious task. But nowadays we've got the benefit of computer programs that do that nice and easily for us. So it's quite a quick process to run up a chart. In fact, I'm just going to let you see what a chart looks like, because I think it's quite interesting if you've never seen one. What's interesting is that when I look at a chart, I don't know whether it's for a child or an adult, or whether it's for a dog or a cat, or it's related to maybe the start of somebody's business, setting up a business, for example. We just don't know that. So it's really unique to the individual and to the person. So let me show you what a chart looks like. So here's an example of what a chart looks like. So it's got lots of funny, we call them glyphs, which are the indicators for the planets. And we've got the astrological signs, and all the signs and the planets are in different places within the chart. So every chart that you look at is completely unique. And as I say, when you look at something without knowing whose chart it belongs to, as an astrologer, we can't make that prediction or that guess. So this is just to let you see what one looks like. And it shows you exactly what I'm presented with when I start to look at a chart for a client. When I get the chart from you or from a client, I spend a lot of time preparing and looking at the dynamics within the chart. And often what people want to know is they want to understand their birth chart, which we call their natal chart. But often people want to know what's going on right now. And to do that, we do some, we call it forecasting. So we look at where the planets are in the sky, for instance, around the time that the consultation takes place. And some of those planets, I always talk about it's like a combination lock. There's your chart, and then there's where the planets are in the sky, and they kind of lock in and talk to each other. And sometimes there's a real connection. And so some of where the planets are in the sky today, for instance, might be activating something significant in your chart. And that's actually what the client feels and senses. And that's often the driver for coming for a session. So I prepare the chart and then we meet, and that's either virtually or in person, and usually for about 90 minutes. And that gives us a good chance to have a conversation and for me to listen to what's going on in the person's life and see if I can find some symbolism from them to help them understand what's taking place. So it's quite a dynamic process. It's not me guessing, or it's not crystal ball stuff. It's very accurate in terms of what we look at, and it shows the kind of dynamic and energies that are taking place. The type of astrology I work with is modern psychological astrology. So some people want to know what that is. And for people who know a bit about astrology, I use the Placidus house system. So there are lots of different systems that astrologers use. So hopefully that's given you a wee bit more about who I am and how I work. And if you're interested in finding out a bit more, then please get in touch and I'll do my best to come back to you as soon as I can and help you out. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.